Hey everyone, welcome. I am MisterBo, and in today's video we have our first information about what the faction rally is going to be. As we know, it launches next week on Tuesday, but we haven't really had any idea of what it could be. We speculated that the old vendors may be coming back, but there is actually more to it, and we're going to be going over that in this video. So in this week at Bungie, they spoke to Tim Williams, who is the senior designer, to find out a little bit more about what Faction Rally is and how players can join in on the fun. So this is what he says. Each of the factions of the tower is having a rally to collect resources for its cause. They're recruiting guardians to gather supplies for their factions and destroy enemy resources. They'll offer a suite of rewards to help guardians rise up against any enemy threat. As an incentive, each faction has set aside a powerful weapon to entice players to choose their side. The faction whose guardians collect the most faction packages will be declared the winner. The winning faction will offer the weapon to everyone, but all who pledge loyalty will receive it with a huge discount as a repayment for their contributions to their faction's cause. Arik Jalal from Dead Orbit, Lakshim 2 from Future War Cult, and Executor Haido from New Monarchy will all be making their return to the tower, where you can then go and pledge loyalty to whoever you see fit. Now you must first reach level 20 to gain access to the tower, and then you'll be able to pledge one faction per character. So what are you going to be getting from pledging your allegiance to each of these factions? Well, let's take a look at the rewards. We get a nice shot of the armor that we can get for Dead Orbit here. We have the Hunter, the Titan, and then the Warlock. I really like Dead Orbit because of the black shaders, but there is some other cool stuff here as well. So here's an overview of everything you're going to be able to get from the packages you're going to be getting by ranking up Dead Orbit. So this is just a variation on the European Dead Zone stuff. So if you like that armor and you like it in black and white this time, Dead Orbit might be the place for you. Of course, there are two shaders there, black, white, and sort of brownie color that I'm going to be trying to get my hands on, as well as some Dead Orbit themed weapons that have started to drop already. I myself have already got the hand cannon, but I'd like to know what that pulse rifle is like as well. Now the special weapon for Dead Orbit is this, the Dead Orbit Scout Rifle. Has the same build as the Call to Serve Scout Rifle, so we don't know if it's going to have the same stats or traits on it, but if Dead Orbit win this event, then that is the weapon everyone will be getting. So next, let's take a look at Future War Cult, the most colourful of the three factions. As you can see, these guardians sitting up in that Future War Cult room up in the tower, looking pretty cool. I do like this armor set. It's the Exodus Black armor set this time, so if you like the stuff from Exodus or Nessus, this might be the faction you pledge allegiance to. Of course, they have their bright shaders as always. It looks like they've got a hand cannon, maybe a sidearm, a scout rifle, and a sniper rifle. But if Future War Cult win the faction rally, you'll be able to get your hands on the Future War Cult pulse rifle, which is going to be really cool. Again, I can't wait to see if that wins. Either the Dead Orbit or the Future War Cult weapons are what I'm most looking forward to. But then we have New Monarchy. Here is the armor set for New Monarchy, looking very cool. It's the equivalent of the Philomath armor pieces here that I believe can drop from just legendary engrams. Here's a look at everything you can get from the faction vendor. Of course, we have the red, white, silver, and now gold shader, or you can replace silver for black there. A very nice shader. Can't wait to see what some of that looks like on some of this armor. Looks like they've got an auto rifle, an SMG, a shotgun, and I believe maybe another SMG. But if New Monarchy win, then everyone is going to be getting the New Monarchy sidearm. Maybe not quite as good as the scout rifle or pulse rifle, but hey, Last Hope is a pretty beast sidearm in the game at the moment. This could be the equivalent. So once you've chosen a faction, your mission will be to return to the wild and complete activities in support of your faction. You can do public events, explore lost sectors, complete strikes, clear the raid, or compete in the Crucible. As you complete these activities, you'll be rewarded with faction tokens that you can turn in for packages full of loot. Now what's worth noting, throughout the campaign you get a ghost shell for your class, the Warlock shell, the Titan shell, the Hunter shell. The perk on that ghost shell has a chance to obtain additional faction consumables in the Crucible. So if you're a really big player of Crucible and you want to earn more faction rewards for your faction, it's worth putting on that ghost shell. So if you're doing activities, you're earning tokens, you're going to be helping out your faction. Now at the end of it, if your faction wins, you'll be given the special weapon. Now if you are already pledged to the faction that wins, that special weapon will only cost you 1000 glimmer. Pretty cheap, a lot of people have a load of glimmer. However, if you did not pledge allegiance, you can still get the winning weapon, you're just going to have to pay 50,000 glimmer. So let's hope you're on the winning faction, or if not, that winning faction's weapon is a beast, because 50,000 is definitely not that much. I've got like 99,000 plus, but it's still quite a chunk of your glimmer to buy a weapon that might not be that great. So there you have it, that is the faction rally event that's going to be coming next Tuesday. You can earn faction tokens to turn into your factions of choice all the way up until 2 AM Pacific on October 3rd. They will then declare a winner later that day at 10 AM Pacific, and then the special weapon will go live for whichever faction wins. Personally, I'm liking Dead Orbit. I've always been a Dead Orbit person in Destiny 1, just their shaders and everything. I prefer the armor selection for future War Cult, but I'm also liking the scout rifle for Dead Orbit as well. If that's anything like Call to Serve, then that's going to be Beast, because I think Call to Serve is a really decent scout rifle, especially in PvP. Yes, it might not be as good as the Mida multi-tool, but if you're someone who doesn't really want to use the Mida multi-tool, Call to Serve is the next best thing in my opinion. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what these special weapons are like, and it's going to be interesting to see which faction wins here, because if I had to put a guess on it, I think New Monarchy might just pull it here. I think a lot more people are New Monarchy, or they were in Destiny 1, but seeing these weapons might sway them to a different faction. So in the comments below, let me know which faction you are going to pledge allegiance to, and let me know out of the 3 weapons, the Scout, the Pulse, or the Sidearm, which one you would like to see win. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video or if it's helped you out in any way, feel free to give the like button a big old hug, subscribe for more Destiny 2 content and coverage, boop that bell to be notified when my future videos go live. Hopefully you guys have an awesome day, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.